Yo guys, what's going on? Ace is here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Bloodhunt and why you might as well play it while you can. And I'll get into what I mean by that in just a moment. But do me a favor, man, if you agree with anything I have to say here today, make sure you're hitting that like button. And if you're a subscriber of mine or just a supporter of the channel, also make sure to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, I encourage you to stick around. I'd love to have you. Let's just hop right into this one, man. Bloodhunt will not last. And unfortunately, that is just the reality of the situation that I'm currently seeing play out just a couple weeks deep into the game. I mean, it has been a roller coaster when it comes to the skill gap from casual players to the advanced players already. And now, as time progresses and more people do pick up the game as it gets more popular, you're going to see the Fortnite effect take full force in Bloodhunt, and that will eventually just kill the game. So, let me break down exactly what I mean first by giving you the Fortnite example. So, when Fortnite just first started, it was primarily just people shooting at each other. There wasn't that much building. Basically, you just build to get higher advantages, and maybe you build a little bit to build a small little base and cover to protect yourself if you're trying to catch an angle on somebody or something like that. And then a couple months later, it gets really popular. You see the height of Ninja's success, Tfue, all these big streamers who played Fortnite, and then you see all these new players start coming in, getting a lot more competitive, and then the game turned into only building and not really any gunfights at all. And that's why current day in 2022, just last month, I do believe, they introduced Fortnite no build, and then the game had a huge resurgence because it was primarily dead. It was basically completely dead because the only players that played Fortnite still were the very highly competitive ones, and the ranked modes pretty much didn't matter because the players who are the best of the best play ranked, and then the players who are really good and really skilled at the game, they just go into casual lobbies because ranked is even too sweaty for them. But the casual lobbies then got to a point where they felt like ranked lobbies. And it kind of gets into like a skill-based matchmaking thing for like Call of Duty, how it kind of feels like that. But the casual players still actually can find casual lobbies with that system. The way it was in Fortnite, if you are any kind of decent at any kind of way in video games, if you have a head on your shoulders and you're somewhat competent on how to play video games, you're going to be in a higher skill bracket and you're going to be probably getting shit on in Fortnite. The same thing is starting to happen to some players on Bloodhunt. Me, I've been learning it. I've been picking it up. From what I understand, this game does not really have a skill-based matchmaking. It's connection first, then skill. And honestly, I have been really getting good at the game and finding out what the meta is. And the fact you can two-pump people with shotguns almost every single time, that seems to be the meta for me. And I've really been picking it up, and I've been noticing that my movement is completely superseding some players' movement, and that is the way you are going to win your games, is completely by movement. And what that means is, once again, you're going to have another game like Fortnite where movement is your skill gap. And when you have a game that is built on a movement skill gap, you are going to see it fall apart after the majority of the players start to get really sweaty and start to really pick it up. And what you're going to see happen is, as more players get killed by sweats and cheaters, that's an ongoing problem right now with Bloodhunt as well. As they get killed more and more by cheaters and higher skilled players, they'll be less inclined to play. They will continuously get shit on. They will continuously get spawn killed. That group will fall off. The casual player base will fall. That leaves the hyper competitive player base that will stick around. And as it starts to get more and more toxic, the game will continue to die until it goes to zero. Now, how do you really fix this? Well, the way the game's kind of built, the verticality and the movement system itself, you really can't. It kind of reminds me right off the rip of Super People, which was a BR I thought had potential until I actually saw what some of the skills did and shit like that. There's a skill in the Super People BR where it gives you magnetic bullets, where you don't even have to aim at somebody. You just have to hold the trigger down and your bullets hit. It's literally an aim lock cheat for a skill that's built into the game. Stuff like that, when you have these really low and high skill bracket things compared to casual and hyper competitive, you're going to see the game fall apart. Super People, it's already dead. It took like 2 weeks. Bloodhunt is holding strong because you have streamers like Shroud playing it. However, it's going to see some major pushback if problems are not addressed, if there's not a better anti-cheat, if shotguns aren't nerfed, if the meta is not constantly changing. You're going to see a wider and wider skill gap players who continue to supersede others with their movement, and you will start to see a dead game. So my message to you is enjoy it while you can. Play some Bloodhunt while it's still early. It's just like a new Call of Duty game. The first week, first 2 weeks, they're really fun and enjoyable. Even if you are in a super high skill bracket, you can pretty much shit on anybody that comes in through your path. But 2-3 months into a new Call of Duty game, it's almost impossible to go positive sometimes because of the amount of skill-based matchmaking there is. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. So with Bloodhunt, enjoy it while you can. That's what I'm doing. This last week, actually last 6 days, I put in about 25 hours. It's been a blast, but I know once the game does get hyper competitive, super sweaty, I'm going to uninstall it and I'll never touch it again. So do me a favor, man. Go play some Bloodhunt. Have a good time today. Make sure to leave that like on the video. Subscribe for new sponsors and equipment description below. It's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm out.